Stacy,
We on?
yes.
Welcome to the Dunbar City Council meeting. This is September 6th, 2022. We're a couple minutes late. The invocation tonight will be given by Tom Price, the pastor of the Roxanne Gospel Tabernacle.
Bow our heads. Father, I'm thankful for another privilege to approach the throne of grace and to find the one true God. Thank you for it being a place of grace and mercy in light of what your Son did at Calvary. We're thankful for the beautiful day, the many blessings you bestowed upon us. And Lord, we're thankful that a long time ago, after the ark rested, you established human government. What a great thing that it is, Father, to be ruled by our peers, guided by our peers, and helped by our peers. May you bless this meeting tonight, those that you've gifted and graced. Fill these positions here in the Dunbar City Council. May you bless the mayor, the council, and all of those, Lord, that make this city what it is for your glory and for our good. Just be near us, Lord. Give wisdom where wisdom is needed, strength where strength, and of course, God our Father, your graces that we all need and don't deserve. Have your own way with us here until one eternal day we can be with you there. It's in the name of your Son, Jesus, my Savior, I pray. Amen.
Good to see you both. Let us lead us in the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's all one day.
Clerk, will you take the roll call, please?
Steve Arnott.
Here.
Mike Scipio.
Here.
Doug Fletcher.
Here.
Bobby Yeager. Absent. Greg Wolf.
Here.
Sharon Haynes. Here. Jim Hughes.
Here.
Linda Vaughn.
I'm here.
Having a quorum present, I now declare the September 6th, 2022 meeting at 7 p.m. open for business. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the August 15th, 2022 meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes of council meeting of August 15, 2022 as written if there are no corrections. Second.
Have a motion on the floor by Doug Fleshman, seconded by Greg Wolf to approve the minutes from the August 15th, 2022 meeting as written. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the presentations and recognition. We have a budget adjustment number 2 for this year. Enclosed in your packet, we have sent it out. Clerk Walker, will you explain?
Yes, Mayor. As I said before, we had to, we did a couple increases. One was on the clerk's office to pay for the audits that we just got finished. And, well, they're still working on it, I should say. And we put $100,000 in street construction, and we still have a little bit of money to put in the tip steam. So I will read the resolution. The subject to approve the state auditors of exfolio, well, you know, Chief Inspector of Public Office of Municipal Council does hereby direct the budget to be revised prior to the expenditure or obligations of funds for which no appropriate or insufficient appropriation currently exists, as shown on budget revision number 2, a copy of which is entered as part of this record.
So moved.
Second by Steve.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a roll call there. Steve Arnott.
Yes.
Mike Scipio.
Yes.
Doug Fleshman.
Yes.
Bobby Yeager's absent. Greg Wolf.
Yes.
Sharon Haynes.
Yes.
Jim Hughes.
Yes.
Linda Vaughn.
Yes.
Budget revision number 2 is approved and will be sent to the state. Next item on the agenda is invoices submitted for payment of $121,135.78.
Make a motion to approve these invoices as presented. second.
Have a motion on the floor by Mike Scipio, seconded by Linda August to pay the invoices totaling $121,135.78. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is for the council to order the demolition of 1256 West Virginia Avenue due to safety hazards.
Make a motion that we order demolition of 1256 West Virginia Avenue under ordinance 1705.1 as a safety hazard.
I'll second.
Have a motion on the floor by Mike Scipio, seconded by Greg Wolf to order the demolition of 1256 West Virginia Avenue for being a safety hazard. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Sir,
Yes, sir.
if you would introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jim Thomasek. I'm an attorney for Rocket Mortgage, who holds a deed of trust on the property up for demolition. My client does not, I just wanted to make clear that my client is not the owner of the property, Mr. Braxton is. However, we do have the deed of trust on the property, and we are going to be, we're not opposing the demolition, but we will be moving forward with foreclosure of the property. That sale is currently set for September 19th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. And yeah, so we're not opposing. We'd like to move forward with foreclosure. I know the city had some interest in possibly acquiring the land after demolition. As it stands now, my client isn't interested in that. However, post foreclosure sale, if they do become the owner of the property, they may be open for more negotiation on that front. So I'd just like to note that.
Anybody have any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is to allow myself, the mayor, to sign into a memorandum of understanding between the Kanawha County Commission regarding unsafe, abandoned, uninhabited, dilapidated buildings in Dunbar.
Second.
Got a motion on the floor to allow myself to sign a memorandum of understanding between the Kanawha County Commission regarding unsafe, abandoned, uninhabited, dilapidated buildings by Steve Arnott, seconded by Mike Scipio. Any questions, comments, or concerns? I will make a comment on this. Basically, what this does is it allows us, you might have people out here in the city of Dunbar that has a piece of property that's dilapidated or so forth, and they don't want us to condemn it, put a lien against their properties. Kanawha County Commission has set aside money to go together with the landowner if they want to keep the piece of property. Basically, what they do is, if it's cost $6,000 to tear down the house, they would have to pay $3,000, and then the county commission would pay the other $3,000. $10,000, $5,000 for each, so forth. There would not be any liens put against the property. So this is a way we could use the county commission to help us clean up properties here also. But that's the main reason that we have to sign the agreement. Is there anything else that you can think of?
No, that's pretty much it.
And it also gives us the price if, let's say we have to tear down something and we go with the county's contractor, they have a set price per hour. So that sets that up also. If we need them to tear down something, we would pay what the county does for where we took on the church last year. It may have been cheaper, it may have not have been cheaper, but it sets the price per hour. So, if there's no other questions or comments, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the approval of asbestos from the removal of asbestos at 137 Dunbar Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
That's
Any
from
good?
Prime, Raven Development.
a second? Have a motion on the floor by Greg Wolf, seconded by Linda Vargas to approve the asbestos removal of 137 Dunbar Avenue, Prime. Was it Prime? Prime, in the amount of $800. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns?
Is it, from 60 square feet or 600 square?
60.
It's about big, all big.
It's literally not.
So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the presentation of the annual report for the police and fire pension report to be filed with the municipal pension oversight board. In your all's packet, there's four, they were delivered today, 4 different financial issues that we have to send to the state oversight committee. These are documents that come in from our bank, Truist, and they send us the information. We have to convert it over to this form, and we have to send them to the state of West Virginia Oversight Committee. There's 4 reports. One is the police department, 1 and 3 are the fire department. The reason there's 3 from the fire department is one's the old pension, one's the new pension, and one's combined of the 2. So we just needed to present those to you. There's no action taken tonight. They just need to be presented to you.
I make a motion that we accept that annual report from the police and fire department pensions from the municipal pension oversight board. I'll second.
Have a motion to approve the annual report from the police and fire pension report that has to be filed with the state municipal pension oversight board by Doug Fleshman, seconded by Mike Scipio. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is approval to pay for the fire truck repairs to which engine is that?
553.
553. I didn't have that, I'm sorry. I should have called you. It's the white truck for an amount of $13,612.60.
So moved. I'll second.
Have a motion on the floor by Greg Wolf, seconded by Mike Scipio, to approve the fire truck repairs, the white truck 553 to the engine in $13,612.60, and that's to Western Branch Diesel in South Charleston. Anybody have any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is approval to pay intact insurance, $14,362.78. This is the deductible on the lawsuits that we owe to our insurance.
So moved. Second. Is that the only 2 we have left? We don't have any more coming up, do
Oh, we have more coming up.
we? That's what I thought.
Have a motion on the floor to pay intact insurance, $14,362.78 by Mike Scipio, seconded by Steve Arnold. Any questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the approval to pay for repairs to the salt truck number 6 in the amount of $3,700 to J-Class Collision.
So
Have a motion on the floor to pay for the repairs to salt truck number 6 in the amount of $3,700 to J-Class Collision by Mike Scipio, seconded by Steve Arnott. All those in favor, or any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the reports from the officers. Police Chief Brian Oxley.
So, everything's been nonstop, it seems, getting ready for back to school, we've had, all that's passed, of course, culture always seems like they're out there every month. Getting ready for Red Fest coming up this weekend, a lot of planning with that, get ready for Fall Festival, trying to get all that stuff knocked out. The biggest thing that we've done in the last 2 weeks I attended some training that was offered by the state through Prestera. And we have a caseworker that's been down here, and we've been going around and speaking with individuals that need help in regard to substance abuse, mental health issues, homelessness. We've got a list of people that the police department deal with, well, as well as people who were referred to me. I've been going out and speaking with each and every one of them, with the worker as well, and getting people help. And we've actually had a couple people that have taken us up and went to rehab, and a couple people that have taken up and been ready to start working with the court system, and seems like it's going to, hopefully it'll curb some of our issues and some of that. But other than that, I'll answer any questions that I can.
Chief, are you still keeping up with 46619?
Yes. That's one of the ones we're still watching.
Because it's getting to bad sanitary conditions over now between the house and the garage and inside the garage. Like people are using the restroom.
Okay.
They stay there all night.
How they get in?
They got the boards on the outside now. They just
Didn't you go there last week?
Yep, they go in and out every night. I walk,
I
I start
wrote
taking pictures.
or the,
Can we get that fixed back up, boarded up back up?
during the trash walk, we didn't we go down behind that?
Yeah, we went behind.
We tracked those boards.
That one's on the outside of the garage now, and they just move when they want to walk in.
Okay.
And that realtor took his sign down. Do they still have the property, or is he way
They
now?
bought it from the other realtor company as far as we know.
They went out of Ohio. Well, they didn't clean it up. There's trash all over the place. There's clothes, everything. And like I said, the neighbors have not complained until the last month or so. They started complaining now.
Let's, still clean it up, it's like a big old wing.
Can we,
It needs to be tore down.
I know that, yes. That's a little more delicate.
508 19th Street, I got a complaint about it today. Number one is, can we check and see if there's any utilities on and with the landlord to see who owns it, or if what his issue is? And then after we find out if it doesn't have utilities, you and the chief of police take some officers over there, because they're saying the homeless are sleeping in there a lot too.
There's no utilities.
I'll check next door.
Fire Chief Jason Murphy.
Mayor, Council, just like Brian said, we've been slammed busy. We've spent the last few weeks getting the 2 new guys ready to go on shift. Hopefully that's not too far away. I can't say enough good about those guys and how fast they're learning, how quick they're picking up on all this. I guess about 3 weeks ago, we took them down and did some live fire training with them. The one boy, that was the first time he had seen fire. He did a really good job with it. We all worked pretty well together. Week before last, the 2 new guys, myself and Deputy Chief Hyman, went up to Charleston, and there was a retired chemist from DuPont that came down and did a lithium-ion battery class for us. We had seen some videos, done some online stuff. This was very eye-opening. The ODU Fire Extension has a prop, like a full-blown car prop, where they can use batteries, light them off. We get to play a little bit. That comes at a cost, so I'll be coming back to you guys here in a couple weeks from now. But those cars, you're seeing more and more of them, and you're looking at typically a car fire you can put out with about 500 to 1,000 gallons of water, and these you're looking at about 5,000 to 10,000 gallons to put these out. You can't put them out. So that's kind of what we've been doing. Today we went to the live fire training. I want to say again, thanks to Mr. Wolf. He came down. He was like a kid at Christmas. I said, I think my stuff will fit you. I said, I don't know. I said, oh, it'll fit you. So he climbed in, we suited him up, put some gear on the air pack, and he got to go in and play a little bit, let him wear his helmet cam, and we had a real good time with it. It was a fun day of training down there. So once again, we appreciate you coming down and getting to play a little bit.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You guys have any questions? I'll take them.
Who initiated the lithium battery thing?
It was at Charleston Fire Department. I don't know exactly who put that on, but it was at their union hall. And we went up for that. It was about 3.5 hours. I talked to the guy that did the class, and he's going to send us the PowerPoint, so we're going to be able to kind of train the guys that didn't get to go. But it was very eye-opening, to say the least.
Because I've seen some films of those, and that's the reason I'd asked you about it, a couple months ago?
Yeah, and we had watched some videos, but it was the I guess the calls and how they package these batteries, how they package what they call the gel packs. You know, you're seeing the Campbell County Schools where I live unveiled their first electric battery powered bus today. If you get a chance, go online and Google Connecticut Public Bus Fire. And this brand new bus just explodes in flames. So it's kind of scary to me that these things are out there, but you know, we're going to try to learn as much as we can. One of those catch fire, I don't know what else we're going to do other than just pour water to it. There's not a whole lot you can do with it. Yeah. Yeah, that's about all you can do with those.
All right, so before next council meeting, before the fall festival, we need you to come over and hose off your guys to come over and hose off the fall festival plaza.
Okay.
I also had comments about getting Westmoreland done. Thanks.
What about what's more?
They're getting it done.
Oh,
They went up there and hosed it all. Got the sidewalk cleaned down.
yeah, Donnie's crew, they helped us out by scooping it up, Matt and Brian blocked traffic. We were done in what, an hour? It wasn't long. It looked a lot better when we were done with it.
We gotta get over to 10th Street, but you know how busy it is. So that'll have to be done on Saturday or Sunday, but they've got one of the ones I've asked them to do.
You want that hooked off next week?
Over next, yeah, at the plaza, but try to stay away from the new grass as much as possible. All right, Public Works Director, Donnie Spatch.
All right, just to go over some of what we've already talked about, I have confirmed with Shannon Stone, we do have 150-pound saw on hold that will be delivered probably into this month, 1st of October. Our spreader with the pre-wet system, the blade, everything new is in. As soon as that truck gets out of the body shop, they get down, have all that installed, wired up, everything will be good to go as far as that goes. The chicken truck's been down for about the last week. You're having troubles with that truck blowing through seals. Yeah, as soon as we can get that fixed, we'll have it back on the road. I called Rock Salt USA about a magnesium chloride that goes into that pre-wet system. 275 gallons of it is $999. That'll be more than enough to last us the whole season. So we'll go to get that. That's about 5 55-gallon drums. So we'll have plenty of, probably to go this year, part of next year before we have to order any more of that. As far as disposal, your disposal for the month of August was 448.67 tons of garbage. That's about all I have on that. If you have any questions, I'll take. Yes, ma'am.
There's still pegs sticking up on the sidewalk over on First Cup Avenue. You all done some sidewalk repair?
That was done by the property owner. That was
I'm
Mullins.
sorry?
That was Mullins.
They should be gone.
Yeah.
They're still up?
Look at us today, and stuff.
Yeah, we just verified.
I called Mobile last week, talked to them. I'll call
They're
them
about
tomorrow.
6 inches or better up out of ground, so.
They had a sewer repair done by a private contractor.
Okay.
They assured me they would take care of it. Immediately.
It's 2 months.
Need any comments? Sanitary Department Director, Matt Dawson.
We're under construction, had a few hiccups, nothing major. It's long slow, so it'll be a long process. Getting ready to do some paving, getting back down on a couple projects we've done throughout the past year. Other than that, any questions? Thank you.
I want to thank them for helping us get the 3 houses that we've got down, including the one on 7th Street. Pee Wee has it moved, ready to take down the first opportunity. He's going to haul it through town and put it on another vacant piece of property. So we salvaged half of that property by Pee Wee coming in and taking the top half of the house. The bottom half was shot, he took the top half, and it'll be moved out of town within the next few days. Building Inspector, Hugh Leishman.
Evening, everyone. The March Road Stormwater Project, it's out for bid. Everybody's looking at the project. We had 10 contractors show up. Went on the tour of the job site, and the bids are due on the 12th. So be watching for those. And when I get back, the 19th, we'll have those presented to council so we can go over those. Hopefully come up with some good prices. The houses, we've got 3 we got torn down. 2 of them are cleaned up, one of them's about half done. This other stuff came up, so the one on Roberts Road, we're still picking at. I just got another document today, or I did it today. To take and get 135 Dunbar Avenue. I've got the State House to turn that into the assessor's office up there. So we can get the deed on it, so we can tear it down. We'll have 2 of them side by side, 135 and 137, where the asbestos is coming out of. We can get both of those knocked down, cleaned up, inside the lot right there. Working on the appraisals for all the properties we've got now and the ones we're going right now. But great farming calls for trash and grass. Any questions?
Before anybody asks, half the sidewalk out front is done before my end of the term. The other half will be done by hopefully Friday, weather permitting. And West Virginia Paving is waiting on the call to come in and redo the road out front, hopefully next week.
I had that on my mind right before I stood up. Yeah, Jason's supposed to come in tomorrow, form that other end up, get it ready for either Thursday or Friday. I talked to Steve Boggs at West Virginia Paving. They all got called out on the big thing at the airport. 72-hour call out. As soon as he can get us, as of right now, it's the 16th. I know you don't want to hear it. But they might get it done on the 16th if they get it here. They might be able to build the day before. We're going to have it all ready for them when we get here. So all they we're kind of at their mercy.
425, 22nd, you said you found out who the property owner is? 420.
Yes and no. The man that owned it died.
Right, I know
His mom is, as far as we know, the executive of the estate, but she's in a nursing home now. So I wrote a letter to the sister who lives in the same area as they do to try to get her in contact.
The house was supposedly left to a granddaughter.
Correct, 14 years old. And her guardian is the
nursing
aunt.
home,
No,
all
the
the
aunt, the one that I wrote the letter to.
Because it's awful looking. I hate
They
seeing it.
mowed Friday?
Yeah,
I think they mowed it Friday.
They halfway mow it. Because it gets so high before they get to mow it. Is the city doing it?
We have, we've mowed it twice now, Don.
425.
It's the house on the corner of Payne.
The split entry, yeah. It's a shame that they just let that house go to pot, because that was a nice house.
Yep.
When the other people bought it. And they paid cash for it.
Talking about our business.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yes, we're bidding. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're bidding.
they just done that the other day, it was the second time in about 4 or 5 days.
I am going to begin that foreclosure sale
On the 19th.
just to see what's going on.
With that said, I don't think we should act on that until after the 19th from tear down 1256.
I'm going on vacation there.
All right, next person up, if nobody has anything. Parks and Recreation Director, Jesse Matthews.
Good evening, everyone. Mid-August here, we had a Lifeline screening come into the rec center, and they had over 48 appointments and plus walk-ins. So they were very pleased with it, and the community really responded to it, and so they want to come back again and schedule another one. So they're very pleased with that. Also, Coach Cuddy is doing their sports mentorship still at the rec center. We've extended that to continue to point. He's having 20 plus kids come in, or 12 and under, boys and girls, and this went really well. These kids really needed it, and so it was something that we need to work with him on that too. And also, we had wrestling at the August the 27th at the rec center. All these here were paid events, by the way, and so we get some income from all that too. The fall festival, September 16th and 17th. So we have multiple entertainers, food vendors, merchants there. Right here at the kids' corner, we'll have the splash park, the foam machine, and the inflatables. We have a petting zoo, Shetland pony rides for the kids, and also wrestling that we went on to that night, so on Friday night. So we got about 35 to 40 vendors already secured, and we have more people calling, still trying to get in and make that business. So hopefully we're happy with that.
Next item on the agenda is the public comments. Did you have something, Barbara?
Yes, if you haven't been by the house on the corner of 22nd and Payne, somebody, and I don't know if it's the city, has gone in and done a lot more cleaning up. It looks a lot neater, grass-wise. They haven't pulled all the vines and stuff off of it, Doug, but somebody's working on it, and I
It was
haven't,
our guys last Friday.
was it? I didn't see them working, but it looks a lot better than what it has. But I have noticed that on the alley, somebody wanted to look, so we drove down the alley. I had a friend who was interested in maybe buying it. There's the window, one of the windows on that garage apartment down on the alley has been broken. And it looks like somebody's trying to cover it up on the inside. If somebody wants to go by and look at that, just to make sure.
Where is it at again?
It's the house, it's the big split level on the corner of 22nd and Payne.
One Frank really used to do, not the other one.
Well, I don't know how they could have, because
I've been dealing with this for a month and a half. I know who has it. But they're not going to do it.
And those grass is being mowed over there, but all the shrubs are up, clear up the side of the house. The vines are growing up inside the store door, everything is, it is just bad looking sight when people drive down 22nd Street, which is one of the main streets from Fairlawn to Charles. So that's my point I'm trying to make. It's a bad impression for all this stuff growing up the house.
but it's looking better. It's looking better. Our guys, I didn't realize that I knew they cut it the first time. I didn't realize they were there Friday. I pass it all the time coming and going, and it looks much better than what it has been. It still needs to have work done on it, Doug, but, you know, it's not as bad as it was.
My point is that the property owner or whoever has it needs to try to do something with it. I know she's only 14 years old, but then you just said her aunt was her caretaker.
And I sent the aunt a letter last week.
Okay.
there's something else I want to ask about too. When I go down to see Sandy, there's the house on the corner of 24th and Dunbar Avenue, the stone house. The plywood is all off of everything but the front door, and it's setting kind of cockeyed so they go in and out. I've been down through there some evenings, there's a light on upstairs in the upstairs floor or whatever. Not every time, but, and I know there's been some issues down there with that house. That's where they had they caught the guy with the bomb making stuff. So I didn't know, I don't think anybody's bought that, but and I realize the carport's kind of open, but there's some people been coming out of there when I've been going down.
They're supposed to be working on that place. She's getting ready to sell. It's 320. It's 320.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had people working.
Well, they're not doing very much. They're leaving it open. There's nothing wrong with it.
And we've had that discussion.
Santa Claus has a question.
I'm new to the city, I've never been here before. Bad Santa? No. Seriously though, I got one question. Apartment complexes. How many trash receptacles are they supposed to have per unit?
There isn't a set amount. I would prefer they had 2 per unit. But they do have to have trash taken around for more than 2 units.
Okay, they got a 4 unit right behind me, 219th Street, and we are over picking up the trash. There's probably trash in the cans, about half the, didn't know if there's something, I think there's new owners, didn't know if it's something you can take over, Greg or somebody can take something over to them about the receptacles, because it's right there where we're at, and we're getting the rats and everything over, and not my yard, but the rest of our neighbors is trying to take care of it.
I'll print a copy of the ordinance off concerning trash cans and take it over there.
I appreciate it.
One of the guys that's lived there forever, Paulie, moved out over the weekend.
Yes, we
So
didn't
there's
know.
probably extra trash piled out there.
Matter of fact, I used, this weekend on his lunch, we took some of that trash on down, so we'll be sitting back here, because I know they had double garbage this week, so we went and took it down to the garage to get that out.
Unfortunately, they moved him into a nursing home.
Yeah.
Couldn't take it with him.
We didn't know it until Saturday when we talked to his sister.
They called me yesterday. So. Anybody have anything else?
One more thing, please. Bub, you want to tell them about the race?
Where's
All
Grace?
this.
Annual wine cellar race, how many years has it been now? 48? 48, so I'm older than a race. Yes, 10K, 5K run on the 17th, starting at 8 a.m. You can register at the wine cellars between 7:10 and 7:50. Race kicks off at 8. Right now, I think we have around 22 entries right now with online and mailed in. Tri-State Racers doing the timing for us again to make everything go quick and simple. And then I figure after the Fall Festival, that Monday of council meeting, I figure Mr. Madden will have gifts for y'all.
I'd like to give a little shout out to my secretary. She ran the Charleston distance run on Saturday, completed it in under 3 hours.
15K?
Trish did?
Trish did.
15? Wow.
She finished 210. At least she was 50 ahead of 50 other people behind her. She was just hoping that she would finish, and she did real well. She's on cloud 9 right now.
She always said.
And she'll be running the Whitesville race.
She says, I tell her running's fun until you compare it.
I bet sure I can, Trish.
All right, anybody have
Since
anything
we're
else?
talking- Yes, sir. Since we're talking about the trash, it's 537 18th Street, on the corner of Virginia at 537, corner of Virginia and 18th, where the guy's got the trailers in the yard and the wore out bus in his yard and the concession thing on his front sidewalk has been there for months and months and months. In the apartments behind it, face Virginia Avenue, no trash cans. Rats are still getting in the garbage bags.
I think I actually have a summons against the landlord in that place.
I don't care what has been done, it's not getting fixed. And that's what we got elected for by our peers in our wards, is to try to help take care of the wards. And we're just hitting a blank wall. Not really. That's all I gotta say.
813 Roxalana Road, there's a beat up Mustang, windows busted out of it.
Sitting off the road,
Uh-huh,
we're working on trying to legally get it taken care
okay. What's the next step?
of. We're trying to find the owner, and trying to find what the actual property line is versus what is owned by the state, and what's right.
Okay,
Right against broken Roxalana, the road is hard, and it's all the way over against the retaining wall off the road.
Yeah,
Well, it's just legal.
So everything has to be legal, state property, it's all state property.
Got a 10-day.
We put a notice,
already.
yeah, but we're still,
Got a 10-day.
we put a 10-day notice on it, but we're still trying to make sure we're doing it.
It's all state property out there, state right away. We need to check to see if there's a hotel ordinance, because there's about 20 people living in that house. I stopped one the other day, just asked where he was going, he said, he's in a room there. Got another one up on Taylor Road, that guy that used to work for the city, he's living up there, he's paying $200 a month for that room up there. Right across the street from Tom, guy used to work for the city. Right on.
Is it the one that has two black Mustangs?
What's that, sir?
Is that the house that has the two black Mustangs sitting in the yard up on Taylor?
I mean, they told me straight out, told me they were renting rooms, man. I don't know, there's all kinds of traffic going in and out of there every freaking day. Take backpacks, suitcases, and they're just rolling. That's where you guys live at. I'm going to go to all state board. So when you do over here, available for looking for work, but we're staying here at this house during the room. Just how many people are living up there? I don't know, 8 or 10. Same thing up on Taylor Road, it's been going on for 2 or 3 years. I mean, that house sold, by the way, they're the best house sold for paper. The paper's ready to up, I sold it for $5,000. Paid for yesterday.
They
That house up. Yep.
And they've been offered to, we would buy it from what they paid.
Yeah, so we bought it for
They
$5,000.
still ain't gonna be doing anything with it. We will not get a certificate of occupancy.
Well, it came back clean. They retested.
Did you see the?
Well.
No.
I think, no, I do have a report from them. Yeah. Yeah, they,
I can't remember what that guy's name is.
they tested it for meth, and came back clean. And his reasoning was it sat there for so long, it was basically evaporated. That place was just 10 or 12 years. Oh, it's been, yeah, I mean, it was, I've been here 11, so.
You don't want to commit with, well, it's being you. But I arrest people out of it.
I stand corrected on that house. It's at Virginia 19. I'm sorry, not 18.
It's between 18.
I know which one you're talking
Where
about.
the apartments are, the house that's right in the corner.
Corner of 18.
It's 19 in Virginia. 537.
Both of them. 19 and 18, both have got issues.
Yeah, I stopped and talked to that guy, because they were having something up in Charleston, and he was putting ribs, smoking ribs in the street.
But you go up there at nighttime and you can see rats running down the alley because none of them have trash cans.
Chief Oxley, a couple years ago, well, before you came, the fire, not fire, the police chief then had flags for people with wheelchairs
so that they could be seen, the fluorescent orange flags on the long poles. And I don't think anybody of our seniors ever could get down there to get those. Do you all still have those?
This is the first I've heard of that, but I can look.
Okay, if you do, and you would like to bring them to the senior center, we'll make sure that if they want them, we'll get them on the wheelchairs for them.
I'll look and see.
Okay, if you would please.
They have to put it on volunteer.
Right,
We
we won't make them do it.
No, we originally had an ordinance saying they had to have it. We were told we couldn't force it to put it on there. But if they want to voluntarily put it on there, yes.
Okay. Well, if you can get them to us, if you find them, we'll take care of them. Also, the alley over here on that side building, okay? No, you don't know.
I'm just sitting there shaking my head, yes.
Is that a one-way street going that way? Is it two-way? One alley?
Right behind
Yeah, on the side over there?
Right here.
the
Directionally challenged.
No, yeah,
This way.
yeah. I get confused inside. But anyway, he knows what alley you're talking about. It's not,
No, they come out of Rite Aid or Walgreens, they can make a right or a left.
okay.
And it's, now, in the past, it's been, everybody parks against the wall where no one's supposed to be parking other than the building inspector anyways. Or a handicap, correct. And it's open both ways.
Okay,
I almost got hit myself the other day coming into the park,
okay.
car coming out of Walgreens.
All those guys, you don't watch UPS go.
Okay.
All about.
I've come grill to grill with several cars, and I just wanted to make for sure, I didn't want to get out quick someplace. Okay. And, the pink energy cars that are sitting down on the police lot, what are those?
They rented into, one of the office spaces out of number 1 Dunbar Plaza.
Okay,
It's an Irish building, the curriculum.
Something to do with the solar panels.
okay. Okay, so they're not cars that are sitting empty, they belong to that business.
Correct.
Gotcha, thank you. And that's all I had this evening.
Right.
I got one thing, that one address there on 24th Street, one of them I was gonna bring up, and that so-called renovation on that garage area. Also 401 20th Street. That house has been empty for well over a year.
Who's no?
No, I don't know.
Where Webb's old house, and supposedly there's 6 people living in
One
it.
is the 21st.
Oh, you're talking about.
Webb's old, I thought you were talking about Webb's old house.
Yeah.
Well, we're there.
Anyway, like I was saying, 21st, garage in the back, the doors open, there's supposed to be about 6 people living in the garage. We need some plywood on that and then right out.
I've looked at probably 2 months ago, because I heard somebody was moving around that there wasn't any indication that anybody was.
The police department has.
My understanding is they couldn't get the house, they had to anyways. The garage, yes, they are.
Well, we'll get in the house.
They've been in, he's, look out, right.
We'll do some research, find out who's in charge of it, and what I just,
We had a guy bring in a dumpster and start to clean everything up, and the dumpster disappeared, and they haven't been back.
Awnings are falling off of it, the siding's falling off of it, everything.
But we do have that vacant building ordinance. We ought to seriously look at it.
pretty much the only people we have registered on that stuff, because for one, it's very hard to track when a house is vacant for, because it has to be vacant for a year before it has to be registered. The only ones that do that are pretty much mortgage companies. Okay, and they actually pay the fee, but for vacant, over the 1 year mark or whatever. But individual people, if we send them a letter for something else, we find out they're, been vacant for however long, we send a notification on it. It's kind of hard.
We need to
deep truck. Anything else?
Mr. Mayor, for the good of the order, if there's no other city business, I move we adjourn this meeting.
It's gonna take a-
Careful on your ride.